And Peter looked at the bird and he said out loud, "Yes, my little red bird, yes, it is a good day for climbing trees and for skipping stones on the pond. It's a good day for adventures." But now the bird was not looking at Peter. She was looking past him at a duck. Yes, a plump and feathery white duck. You see, Peter did not close the gate after him, and the duck, who lived in the barn with the goat and the chickens who are not in this story, the duck thought it would be wonderful to have a bath in the pond. So here comes the duck, waddling along on her funny little duck feet. The bird saw that the duck had feathers. The duck had wings, so she must be a bird. And since she was a bird, why didn't she fly? Why didn't she soar and swoop as merrily and gracefully as she, the little red bird, did? And so the little red bird merrily and gracefully flew down next to the duck, who was just about to dive into the pond. And the bird looked at the duck and shrugged her little red shoulders. "What kind of a bird are you if you can't fly?" chirped the bird. "What kind of a bird are you if you can't swim?" answered the duck. It was not very polite of the little red bird to say that to the duck, but she was just curious. And they began to argue, quacking and chirping. Chirping and quacking. A bird should swim, a bird should fly, a bird should fly, a bird should swim, fly, swim, swim, fly, fly, swim, swim. And the duck swam back and forth in the pond. And the bird twittered and hopped along the shore. And it was all very comical to behold. But then Peter noticed something else. Something caught his attention, something slinky and black and furry. Something gliding along. And that something was a pussycat. A very fine black pussycat named Dimitri. Let me tell you, no mouse was safe if Dimitri was in the neighborhood. But right now, Dimitri wasn't thinking about mice, no. He was thinking about the little red bird. How yummy she would be. Look out! Called Peter just as Dimitri pounced. Well, the little red bird, she shot up into the air just as Dimitri jumped. And Dimitri came away empty-handed, or empty-pawed, I should say, with just one little red tail feather in his mouth for his trouble. Hey, you, pussycat, called Peter. You should be ashamed of yourself. But Dimitri didn't look at all ashamed. No. He just looked sorry that he had missed. And he licked his paws and smoothed his whiskers and looked at Peter as if to say, I am a cat, she's a bird. What do you expect? And now, just at this moment in time, who should appear but Grandfather? He was pretty angry. He was angry at Peter for going into the meadow when he had been told not to. But mostly Grandfather was angry at himself for forgetting to lock the gate. Poor old Grandfather. He seemed to be forgetting more and more these days. He would forget to light the kettle to make the tea. He would forget to put water in the kettle. But this, to forget to lock the gate, this was dangerous. And so, of course, like all grown-ups, he got mad at Peter. You foolish boy, what are you doing out here? Into the house with you. How many times must I tell you it's dangerous out here? Who knows when a wolf will come out of the forest? And if a wolf did come out of the forest, what would you do? Why, Grandfather, said Peter, I would bop him on the nose. I would pull him by the tail. And I would ride him like a donkey. That's what I would do. Oh, you would you? Said Grandfather. It is one thing to be fearless, my boy, and it is quite another to be foolish. To pull a wolf's tail or to bop him on the nose is not such a good idea. In fact, it's a terrible idea. Now, into the house with you, right now. But Grandfather, not another word. Have you ever noticed that grown-ups are very fond of saying, not another word? They also like to say, one more word out of you, young man. Anyway, Grandfather took his beloved Peter firmly by the hand and walked him back through the gate and locked the gate behind him.